This Safe System of Work guidance animation is produced to explain the safe process for extracting MGF box systems and what to do should issues arise during this process. Refer to existing MGF Safe System of Work guidance for how to safely assemble and install box systems. These are all available on the MGF website. Box systems should not be installed in very weak ground, especially very soft clays and peats, or where significant groundwater is present. Boxes should not be left in situ for extended periods within cohesive or very weak soils, as earth pressures and the adhesion on the panel surfaces may increase significantly with time, requiring additional extraction forces to release the panels. Prior to extracting the box, it is essential that the extraction point be inspected for any signs of damage. Each MGF box panel has dedicated extraction points located on the top of the panel. Refer to MGF literature for specific details. During inspection of the extraction points, unacceptable damage would include stretching of the hole by more than 10% of the hole diameter and any cracks or impact damage in the extraction point assembly or welds. If in doubt, do not use the equipment and immediately contact MGF for further advice. MGF recommend that extraction of boxes is only ever done using an MGF 1 metre extraction chain, and not a 2-leg or 4-leg handling chain or single-leg swivel chain. MGF extraction chains have a working load limit of 10 tonne and weigh 18 kilograms. The chain should be visually inspected prior to use. The chain should be laid on a clean, level surface. Ensure the chain itself is clean for this inspection to ensure any potential issues can be identified. The extraction chain for boxes is supplied as a short length of blue grade 10 chain and connectors, with an orange master link attachment for connection to the excavator and a bow shackle for connection to the box. It is recommended to firstly attach the extraction chain to the excavator boom via the master link. The excavator boom must then be moved directly over each of the box extraction points in turn. An exclusion zone should be set up around the excavator throughout these operations, ensuring that operatives are not in the vicinity of the excavator or boom while it is moving between extraction points. The bow shackle on the extraction chain must now be inserted through one of the extraction points on the panel and secured. Once attached, the operative must always leave the exclusion zone. The excavator must now apply a steady vertical pull directly above the extraction point to remove the adhesion between the panel and the ground. It is essential that the chain is not pulled at an angle and is not snatched, as this could overload the components on the chain, as well as the extraction point. This could lead to a catastrophic failure, as the extraction points are designed for vertical pulls only. This process should now be applied in turn to each extraction point on the panel, relocating the chain to opposite corners. If these initial pulls are not enough to break the adhesion between the panel and the ground, the forces are likely greater than 10 tons. The extraction chain must not be overstressed, and the box is now considered stuck in the ground. At this point, the works must halt whilst the new method of releasing the box is agreed. This normally involves releasing the load on the panels by removing soil or driving trench sheets on the back faces of the boxes, as detailed later. The new extraction methods will require amended risk assessments and method statements unless this was covered in the original documentation. If these initial pulls are successful and the adhesion has been broken, then backfilling can commence. MGF recommend that this process be done in up to 300mm increments. Now the extraction chain must be applied to each point as before, but lift the box corners up by a maximum of 300mm, so it becomes supported on top of the backfill. This process can now continue until the top box is clear of the excavation. Prior to removing the connecting pins, it is recommended to first install the 4-leg chains onto each of the top panel lifting points and ensure there is tension in the legs. The top box connecting pins can now be removed. For some products, this may require access into the box system. Ensure the products are stable and a safe means of access is provided prior to this operation. The top box can now be lifted clear of the base and moved over to a suitable clear area for disassembly. The extraction process can now continue for the base box by again backfilling 300mm at a time and lifting each corner of the box up in turn until the excavation depth is at a max 1 metre. The box can then be lifted out of the excavation and moved over to the designated offloading area prior to the excavation being backfilled and the ground compacted.